All right. All right, here we go. Okay, so new project. Call it name. Let's see, what did I call the other one there? Movie scoring is the name. Okay. Create. Oop. Scoring 2. Okay. So here we are in our project. I'm going to do a little housekeeping here and just kind of make my editing window kind of small because I know I'm going to have that movie screen up. Now our tracks, we're going to do 4 stereo instrument tracks. So we're going back to our, just using the expand with all the sounds. Stereo instrument track, just like we've done a lot. Stereo instrument, make 4 of them. And then for the sound design element, I'm going to use an audio track. I guess, yeah, use an audio track for that too. Record something acoustically and then manipulate it. So here's a mono audio track. So there's most of my stuff right there, mono audio track. Okay, so I'll choose a different clip this time. I'm not sure how. Some of the clips are better than others for like events happening, but we'll see what happens. It might not be a dramatic event. It might go over. So first thing you want to do is maybe there'll be a folder on your thing that'll have movie clips. Right now I have these. Let's see here. What is this one? This is all more abstract. So that one's cool. There's this other sunrise one. So go first and look at all the clips and see which ones you want to choose. Here's a sunrise. Maybe I'll use this one. Clouds going. Everything I do might sound scary. But I'll try, maybe make it match. Then there's an event. The sun came up, right? Wow, you can make something change to reflect that event. So I'll use that one. If you want to use your own clips, you can. I told you guys if you want to walk around with your phone and film, like I went down the hallway or opened the door. Around the corner, there's a cat laying on the bench or something, and then that could be your event. So if you want to search for your own clips, you can. There's a lot of like royalty free. I got all these online within like 5 minutes. I just looked. Free movie clips, free download, something like that, and I found some pretty cool sites that have them. But I'm furnishing you guys with a lot of them too. So I'll pick Sunrise. So look at the movie clips first and decide before you import something into Pro Tools. So importing into Pro Tools is super easy. It's just a really simple step. Let me see here. Mix window. I don't want to see the settings. Okay. Just kind of tidying up here. All right, so to import, you go to File, Import. Here's all your stuff. Video. I'm on my desktop, so I know I wanted the sunrise. There it was. So there it is. Open. And it's wanting to say, you want to put it right at the start of the session. Just leave that alone and say OK. We don't want the audio from it. So there's our sunrise now. So if I put, I might make it kind of small at first just so I can really see everything I'm doing. Where's my transport control? So now, let's see. Sorry. So now you've got this. If you push play, it's synced up with the counter in Pro Tools, and it's playing the clip. So you're synced up with that, okay? So now you're good to go to start doing some kind of scoring event. So I'm going to do is I know I'm going to just want expand 2 on all these. I'm going to go expand 2, and I'm just going to put on 4 of these puppies right here. Instrument, expand 2. Them up. Oops, clumsy. I had a gig very late last night. All right. There. Did a new instrument. Okay. So there's all my stuff there. Hopefully this will. Okay, so we've got our thing there. So that first one is just that first pad. Maybe just for the sake of simplicity and speed, I'll just go with that for now, for this. And you guys kind of know the gig. Whatever your piano skills are. You can pick something, all white keys, all black keys, or you can pick something that's one or two notes that just sound good. Maybe since we're kind of high up on a mountain, maybe I'll just do something that's higher. And I'll just pick one key, and I'll just hold it down. I'll remember which one I'm doing so that I can match up maybe other stuff to it. But don't be afraid to just play by ear. So I'll just record something with this, and I'll just hold down one note. Maybe I'll just hold it. Maybe when the sun comes up, I'll let this key off, and then I'll bring something else in for that, okay? So there's one musical element, right? Easy, just super quick. Now let's put something in for when the sun comes up. So let's see here. Bright. Oh, that's kind of funny. That already says bright. So that's the sun is bright. Let's just go with that. What is, just jump in. Just do something. So what's this one called? Bright Boy. Let's see. Kind of similar to the other one, a little too similar. Part of this is also just searching around, right? I'm going to look for bright pads, just because I'm being silly. Sync, sweep up. What does that do? So it kind of just goes up. All right, I'll use that one. I'm not crazy about it, but I'll use it anyway just for the sake of simplicity. And maybe now I'll move around a little bit. I'll take that same note that I did, and I'll do the same note higher. I'm just using all white keys, and I'm just kind of picking some spots to use. And maybe I'll wait for the sun to come in, and I'll use a little... wait for the sun to come up, and then I'll use a few notes when it pops up. Maybe I'll start low and go a little higher or something, or I'll do something that's more movement. So it's going. Let's say like, oh, I missed it. Oh, there was the sun. Well, I'll play the notes anyway. I just picked a few notes. Okay, so there's that. But now I missed it, right? I didn't play along to the exactly where the sun comes up. So let's try this. If I go back a little bit, okay, there's right where the sun. So I'm going to see. Okay, so the sun is kind of right there. My little notes, I missed it. But that does not matter. You don't have to perform exactly perfect with this. I'm going to stretch out the waveforms here a little bit just so I can see where stuff's starting. There's my first note. And this red marker right there, maybe a little bit over. See, I'm using that little, the time code ribbon right there. You all right? We fall asleep, fall over. So check it out. I've zeroed in with the red arrow where exactly that sun is peeking over, and I'm going to just do this. Check it out. I'm going to grab my little note, and I'm just going to scoot it over. You've got to be in slip for this. If you're in grid, it'll pop to part of the grid. Be in slip. So now let's see. I did it a little too early, so I'm going to scoot it back a little bit. Oops. Maybe I'll go back. Let's see if I got it right. Little too early. I'm going to go over a little bit. Oops. Here we go. Let's try it again. So I'm just lining it up. Oh, now it's too late. Let's go over a little bit. Let's try it again. Okay, so it popped over. You could still sit there and perfect it and perfect it. It's getting bright. Maybe I'll move my other sound in a little bit more. And then let's say on my first clip, I'm going to put a little volume automation, audio volume. So you should be kind of getting the idea that you're using everything we've done. This is cumulative, right? You're learning. I'm going to fade that volume out a little more. So you want to maybe put some volume automations in this. Don't look at the project of just like, I'm going to do what's on the paper and then that's the grade I'll get and then it's done. Use some of the stuff we've used before. I'm giving you guys all this time. Hopefully, it's super fun. So use some volume automations on this. So that's under the tracks on this side. So now I'll go back to clips. So now that one's going to fade out. The volume's fading down over here. A little moment of silence in there, and then the sun comes up, right? Okay, so there's two musical elements. Now maybe I'll capture something over the top of it all that has, I'll look at those bright pads again. What was that Wind Rider one? Now I'll do something that sort of gives that high top mountain sound. It's not that different, is it? So it's called Wind Rider. Let's find something that gives that, maybe, what about this? Just, I'll pick some random thing here to go for wind. Phaser, maybe. Oops, I messed it up. What did I use on that other one? Bright Boy? Was that the pad? Okay. All right. I screwed up here. All right. Next track. We got two musical elements. Next track is going to, what were some of those weird ones? All right, I'll go for bright pads again. And I saw that, what was that other one I just called? Well, let's just try a different one. What is rotisserie? Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's check out something else, though. Glassy. What was that one that was changing? That was cool. Basic saw. Val Morris's. All right, well, I'll just go for, what's this first one here in bright pads? Something that's more windy. So go through this process. Just find weird stuff. Oh, what's undercurrent? That's kind of cool. But I won't spend too much longer trying to find the right sound. You guys should take longer than me because I want you to experiment with stuff. How about Comet Falls? Too spacey. Something that's kind of like the wind. Something that's swirling or swirling. Ambience and effects. What is, well, all right, I'll just pick one here. How about this? We'll just go for that. And I'll do something up really high. Maybe that's just going to move around a little more. I'll go with that. I'm not really happy with it, but for the sake of keeping this quick. Okay, so now I'll just record this kind of over the top of the whole thing, just to give that, represent the clouds and stuff, and just see what it looks like. Okay, so not exactly what I wanted, but that's cool. And then we'll put in one more musical element. Maybe now I'll put in a completely different texture. Let's just go for something like maybe a guitar. I'll put in like an acoustic guitar. Let's just go for the first one. So you want some contrast in there. Oops, I did it again, didn't I? Yeah. Oh no, I was sort of smart. Okay, so now I'll just put in some guitar, and maybe this one I'll wait for where the sun comes in, and I'll kind of do that. All right, pretty quiet, but that's cool. The little quote of "Here comes the sun." Okay, so here's what we got so far. 4 musical elements. Okay, so a few different elements, something that contrasts. So there's four musical elements. So now let's do some kind of oops, what did I do? Let's do some kind of did I lose my movie? I closed it, didn't I? Let's see here. If you lose your movie, you can. Maybe I'll try re-importing it here. I lost it there, didn't I? I'll just re-put it in there. Ooh. Well, all right. We'll go for that anyway. Okay. There it is again. I'm sure there's a way to make the screen show it up again. Okay, so we got our musical elements. Now let's just think about doing some kind of sound design element. Maybe I'll do just some kind of wind. I'll just do wind to keep it easy. Here we go. Or I can do some interesting thing like, let's see, what would be cool? How about we'll do a little cymbal swell. I'll just record something super quick because I know we're getting. I'll just use a cymbal. I'll try to make this sound like wind or do something with it that's kind of. I'll turn my speakers down. This is so quick, I'm going really quick. So hopefully you guys will take more time, obviously. Okay, let's get the movie out of the way for now. So now I'm just going to get this weird sound going here. So let's see. Okay, so there's our thing. Maybe I'm actually going to do is just solo this, and I'm just going to record it. So I can just hear, I'm not going to worry about syncing it up. I'm going to this is the sound design part. So now I'm going to record something acoustically, and then I want to put that pitch shift on there, which I want you guys to definitely use the pitch shift. So here I'll just record some cymbal. Nice fade on there. Okay, so it looks like I got a good signal on that. And now we'll put on, wow. Awesome. Okay. So now I'll turn the mic off. Turn the speakers back on, and we'll put this pitch shift on the cymbal. I'll leave this one soloed for a minute. Housekeeping's kind of part of this. Like, now I think I'll make this window a little bit bigger just while I'm manipulating the sound, because I don't know, listening with my eyes. It's nice to just see the file I'm working with. I got it soloed. So first thing now, we're putting on pitch shift. So go ahead and put on, we're on a mono audio track, so put on pitch to mono. Okay, so there's our cymbal sound. We got a nice signal on that. So there's our cymbal sound. So here's these semitones. A semitone is basically what in music we call it. In America, we call it a half step. In England, they call it a semitone. It's basically like if you're on a guitar, a semitone or a half step is one fret. If you're on a piano, it's the very next key, whether it's white or black. So it's semitone. You're going up one note at a time. So if you want to put something down one octave, I wrote on your handouts, 12 semitones. So if you count on the piano from one note to the next and you count it up, 12 notes would get you to the same note that's an octave lower, the same note that's an octave higher. So I'm going to put in negative 12 semitones. And see, it took it down from C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's hear what it sounds like down an octave. Here it is. Oh, it's on bypass. Track. Oh, okay. So there's this low latency monitoring mode in options. You turn that off. The pitch shift takes a lot of memory. So the low latency monitoring also takes a lot of memory. So here it is here. You can also use the keyboard. Pretty cool, right? So down even super low. That's the cymbal. I love the pitch shift is super cool. It's so fun. Higher. Right? So you can change the note any way you want. Let's see. So I'll just so you can type it in. There's a million ways to do the same thing. So I typed it in negative 12. I took it down an octave. Maybe I want to put it down 2 octaves. So 24. You can also, like I said, do the keyboard. It's just weird and cool. Okay, so the pitch shift has to go on there. And now maybe I'll put on one other effect. I'll definitely put reverb on, but maybe first let's put on something that's going to make it just kind of swirl around. I'll put this phaser on it. So I took it down an octave. I'm putting this effect on it. Start out with all the presets, man. They're really cool. Let's just try roaming phaser and see what that does. Gives it that windy effect. So that was a cymbal. We took it down 2 octaves, and I put a phaser on it, and it gave it that swirling effect. Now I'll stick some verb on there. Just this air reverb. I always like the cathedral, but maybe let's go between buildings, see what that does. Maybe I'll mix it a little less. See how he did that? We took something that was just a everyday run-of-the-mill, just cymbal. We pitched it down, we put a phaser and some verb, and suddenly we have this cool wind effect going. So I'll put that. Maybe I could actually do this now. I'll delete the tail of it, and I'll just select a little bit of it, and I'll copy and paste, and then I'll duplicate it a little bit. And then, remember how that other guy did that with the piano. He chopped the beginning off on it. So I'll do this. I'll scooch it over. Maybe you want to put a little crossfade on there, just to smooth it out. Use all these tools. Like I said, I'm not strictly grading you guys on this, but I want you to, let's see here, and then that can come out. Oops. Okay, never mind. We'll leave that alone there. Okay, so now let's check out our whole creation here. Oops. Okay, not perfect and maybe a little too ominous and psychedelic for just a simple sunrise, but so you guys get the idea on that one? The sound design part's really fun. Okay, let's see, we got a couple minutes here. Let me, I'll start this. Actually, this one can be simple here. Okay, so that's that. Then this one is sort of the super easy one. I just imported super genius, man. I imported the clip of the guy running, and then I recorded myself with the microphone doing footsteps on the floor, and then I did a volume fade because he's approaching us. So now maybe I'll do is I'll just I'll delete all this, and I'll redo it. Not delete it. Okay. So you go to File, import your video, and I think it was called Running. And even if everybody wants to use this, I'm just going to ignore that. So there's the guy running. Oops. Make it a little smaller. So there's that. One mono audio track, that's all we need. Let's see here. My volume automation's on there. Maybe I'll just delete my volume automation. So we can get back up here. Okay, so there's that. So I'm recording. Maybe I'll turn the speakers down. And this requires that little bit of skill to kind of watch the guy. It's hard to get it perfectly in time. I tried to do it once. I was like, oh, that's just like so easy. You're just making the sound of them. So here we go. All right. True art in motion. And so there's my footsteps. Right? You can see the tracks there. Let's just see what it sounded like. Pretty quiet. Oh, because the speakers are off. Pretty lame, but you get the idea, right? That it's, and so that's basically what I want you to do on that one. And then if you want to extra credit, you can set a volume automation to have it coming towards you. So that gives that little bit of that illusion there. A little louder. Then that clip was running a little sketchy there. But so that's one, just footsteps, that's it. Just one thing on that. So that's all. Everything, any questions? Yeah.
Is it possible to add a creep to the bridge?
Yeah, if you want to add any more yeah, if you want to do some sound design stuff on the Foley one too, you totally can add more in. So you have fun with this one, take your time on it. And do all these things. It's not on the sheet, but don't treat it like I said. You just mail it in, not that you guys do, but just saying add some volume automations. add maybe some effects like I did on that one, on my spaceship one. I panned it from left to right. Throw in some automations, throw in some stuff. Spend some time on your sound design sound. I know the bell's going to ring now, but okay. So then tomorrow you guys will start, and this will probably be whatever, the next 2 weeks or something, week and a half. Tomorrow's Thursday. So I guess we could go, let's see here. Some people work one day, some people work another day. So we'll kind of figure it out as you guys come in tomorrow. You guys are super cooperative with each other, so. Cool, thanks. Tomorrow we'll begin. Thanks, guys.
Oh, do you want to put the video on my thumb drive real fast?
Oh, you know what? You better get the class all. Tomorrow you can upload it onto there. I forgot it's still recording.